Hi there, welcome back. So how are you feeling? I have been inspired to create some videos about our beautiful chakras or chakras. Different people pronounce them in different ways, but it's the same thing. It's just a word. So here we're going to talk about what they are and how we can use them to assist us. Now, whether you know about them or you don't, they're still really, really useful. We use them all the time in Reiki for Reiki healing. What is Reiki? If you don't know what that is, Reiki is energetic healing that we do. We work with the person's energy. And as you know from all the videos that I've talked about, we are this divine, gorgeous energy. So, what are chakras? Let's start there. In Reiki, we work with 7 beautiful chakras. A chakra in Sanskrit is wheel. It means wheel. And in Reiki, we work on these energetic wheels. That's what we call them. Well, that's what I call them anyway. I shouldn't say we. This is how I've learnt to do it. Because when I started doing Reiki, I was guided to do Reiki a very particular way. And I've done it that way ever since. So what you can take away from these beautiful videos that will be coming up for the chakras, there will be 7, because there are 7 chakras that we work with. There's 2 things that you can do within each one, and you will be guided as you do these gorgeous meditations for the chakras. The first thing you can do is focus on that part of your body. If you don't believe in chakras and energy and all of that, it doesn't matter. When we work on that particular chakra, you just work on that part of the body. So if we're doing the third eye, which is this area here, okay, here in your forehead, work on your eyes, work on your nose, work on everything that's in this area. Okay, your brain, everything that you can think of that's in this area, your ears. Focus on healing those body parts. The chakras can be used for that. Originally, that's what I thought we were doing when we were going in to do this work with the chakras. I thought we were going in to do healing. But for me, what I always get when I go in to do Reiki is the information that is stored there. That's the second thing. And for me, it's the most important thing, because the information that is stored in an area that is trapped in an area by us, by our consciousness, by our awareness, by our mind, it keeps it trapped there, is what causes that part of the body to not function properly. So say it's your eyes. There is information trapped in here that's not allowing that to function at its best. So, or your sinuses, or your ears, any of this area, when we're working on the third eye, focus on that. So the 7 chakras, we'll start from the top. This is the crown. It's on the top of your head. And the crown for me is a direct connection to the divine. The crown is where Spirit speaks to us, connects to us in this area. The third eye is this area here. And for me, the third eye is how we communicate with the spirit world. It's our intuition, our awareness. It's our connection to the spirit world. This is where I see my spirit guides whenever I'm in that space. It's in here, in that space. It's beautiful. After the third eye chakra, we have the throat chakra, and that's this whole area here. And for me, this is our expression, how we express ourselves. And for so many of us, when I've done Reiki healings, there is so much trapped in here for people. They can't say what they want to say. They can't express themselves. And a lot of that, I see a lot of images from childhood, an adult and a child, many times being told not to speak, hand over mouth, hand over throat, like not allowed to express. So this is the beautiful throat chakra. Then you have the lovely heart chakra. on your chest area, where your beautiful heart is, of course. The heart chakra is our love. Heart chakra, just beautiful. Underneath the heart chakra is the solar plexus, and it's just above your belly button. Solar plexus is our power of manifestation in the world. Can you manifest? Will you manifest? It's your power. You hold that in that space. And in this beautiful space is the whole digestive system. So if that's what you want to concentrate on when we get to solar plexus, then do that. There's your gallbladder, your liver, all those gorgeous organs that do all that work for you, your stomach, all in that area, solar plexus. But this is where your power to manifest sits, in your beautiful solar plexus. Underneath that, down in our reproductive area, is our sacral chakra. And it's where the woman would have her ovaries. It's underneath your belly button, just underneath it. And this space to me is always feels sacred, because this is where creation for us, this is where we create. And I guess for me it's sacred because that's where my daughter was created. But it's not just creation of life, human life, it's creation of everything. Everything we create, all these beautiful books that were created. If you create art, if you create music, everything that you create spawns from that beautiful sacral chakra. Now for that area, that whole reproductive system, all to the front and the back, is involved. So when you get to that chakra, you can concentrate on that instead. If you're having problems with your ovaries or anything to do with your reproductive area down there, anything in that area. Could be your hips. It doesn't have to be just the organs inside. If you're having trouble with your hips, that's part of that as well, because your hips kind of hold all of that in place. So anything, as we're going through, I will walk you through what sort of organs you can be focusing on if you don't want to focus on the information that's coming through. So the very last chakra is the root chakra, and that's where, when you sit, you'll know, because it's what you sit on. It's your bottom. It's the bottom of you before your legs even, take off. So that's the root chakra. Root chakra is family, anything to do with childhood, but family, grounding, all of that sort of thing. With root chakra, you would look at everything that grounds you, your legs, your feet, all of that area to the bottom. So basically that is what the root chakra is for, where we feel safe, where we feel secure, everything having to do with family, your roots, if you think about it, your ancestors. So they're the beautiful chakras. And in the next week, because there's 7 of them, each day you will have one chakra that I will walk you through. We'll do a beautiful meditation. And in that meditation, there's 2 things that you can focus on. Focus on the one that's the most comfortable for you. But I will guide you through it. So I will guide you through working on the physical part that belongs to that energy center, because that's what they are. Chakras are energy centers within our full energy. And what happens is, when one of these energy centers is blocked, when there's something trapped there, our beautiful energy can't flow freely. And my gorgeous Reiki master teacher, Melissa Crowhurst, always likens it to a river. She always compares it to a river, our energy. And imagine in this river, you threw a huge log, right? And then what happens? The log is there and the water can't flow freely, and it becomes stagnant. And the body's the same. That area where the water becomes stagnant is where we end up with disease, because the energy can't flow freely. So in this beautiful video, that is what we wanted to touch upon. We want to free your beautiful energy, that it can just flow and you can be in direct connection. Because without all of this flowing freely, with all of this trapped information inside the body, it's very difficult to communicate with the spirit world, or with divine, the spirit, God, the universe, life, whatever you want to call it. It's hard to have a direct communication, to hear clearly when there's all this stuff trapped in our system. And for me, recently someone brought up, it's been a couple of times now that someone's brought up the zodiac, star signs and sun star signs and all of those sorts of things. And, I stopped believing in that a long time ago. One of the reasons for that is because my dad is a Cancer sign and my husband's dad is a Cancer sign. And you couldn't get two people more opposite in personalities. I mean, if you tried really hard, you might find one thing that they have in common, but they were completely opposite personalities, My sister's a Capricorn and my mum's a Libra, and they are identical personalities because my sister's taken on my mum's personality to the T, like exactly the same. It's like it's the same person, So for me, it's not about you were born under a certain star at a certain time, and so you are a certain personality. I don't believe in any of that. And the reason I bring this up is because my connection to the divine and to the spirit world became stronger and stronger the more I let go of beliefs. The more I decided, wow, I don't need to believe that anymore. And I don't need to believe that, and I don't need to believe that. Why do I believe that? It's been a few times that things have come up where people have questioned, like they've, asked me questions about the zodiac and why do I believe that? And every time they've asked me, I'm like, because everyone says so. Because that's what I read in the magazines, that's what they say about that star sign. And, it was my daughter had turned 1, and I said to, no, not 1. I think, I'm trying to think how old she was. She was about 7 or 8, I think. But I remember when she was 1, I did a big study on her star sign. And she's Aries. So I thought, okay, she's Aries. And I started learning all about Aries because I don't know anything about that star sign at all. And the more I was studying the traits of an Aries and observing her, I thought, oh my God, they botched this one because she's nothing like her star sign. But then one day, she was about 8, 9 years old. And I said to her, oh, you're going to have to choose some nice earrings that have diamonds or something in them because diamonds are the birthstone for Aries. And my husband overheard this conversation and he said, and who decided that? And I said, you know what? I don't know. I said to him, and I was like, I said, thank you, because my star sign dictates that my birthstone's garnet. And I don't feel any resonance towards that birthstone. I don't like garnet at all. I don't like the color of it. I don't like anything about it. And so in that moment, I was free to go, you know what? I can choose whatever birthstone I want. It was such a freeing moment because I'm like, well, why should someone else decide what my birthstone is or what I like or what flower belongs to my, month when I was born? Who gets to decide what I like or what I choose is my favorite birthstone or flower or whatever, But yeah, that was such a beautiful moment when he said that. And quite recently, it was one of my friends. She kept saying that I was a Capricorn, and I was really offended because that's what my sister is, And she's been doing that for like 2 years. And I thought, well, I don't believe in zodiac, so I'm not even going to argue with her about that. And then one day, I said to her, you know what? I said, I'm not even going to answer. I said, I didn't even listen to the message that you sent me because you were going on and on about this Capricorn crap again. I said to her, and I'm not a Capricorn. And I said, so, you know what? I just deleted the message and I just thought I'd send you this one because whenever you send me crap about Capricorn, I'm just going to delete it. I said to him, I'm not even going to listen to it. I said, if you're just going to fob me off with zodiac stuff and not, you know, talk from your heart about a situation. And in that, you know, I thought, well, why am I so upset about this? You know, I was quite upset that day. The other times I just, you know, thought, oh my God, here she goes again, going on and on about Capricorn, you know. She had decided in her head that I was Capricorn for some reason. But for me, I found that offensive. And it wasn't until recently that I sat with myself and I thought, hang on a minute, why? Why am I offended? And it hit me, you know, it just hit me smack in the face. When I used to read the traits of the star signs, I always thought that my star sign was superior to my sister's, which is Capricorn. It was better because my star sign had leaders and thinkers and innovators, and hers was not, you know. So for me, I felt I used that as feeling superior to her. And it was because my whole life, since she was born, I felt like my mother loved her and not me. And so I felt inferior to her. And that was my way of making myself feel better. That, oh, I'm this star sign, I'm not that. And so in that moment, when I finally had that moment with my friend, and I said, you know what? If you're going to be talking to me about this zodiac stuff that I don't believe in, don't bother. I realized that all of that had been orchestrated by the universe for me to let that go. And the more you let go of stuff, the more you let go of stuff. That's not even your stuff, because who decided that because I'm born at a certain time of the year that I am this kind of person? They don't know me. They don't know anything about me. They don't get to tell me who I am. Whoever put that together. So it was in that moment that I was able to release that. And again, every time you release a belief, you release something that you're holding on to. When you understand why you're holding on to it, you know, your body breathes. It releases, it lets go. It's like, wow, I can breathe again. I don't have to hold on to this anymore. You become freer and freer, and your energy becomes freer and freer with everything that you let go of, that you no longer need to hold on to. It no longer serves you. All these beliefs about this, that, and the other. What does it matter? So, my beautiful beings, this is the way we can work on our beautiful chakras. We can ask for that part of the body to be healed. But more importantly, we can ask for the information that we have stored there. What information is there that I can let go of today, that I can return to love? What have I put there? But, you know, feel free to just focus on your body if that's what you want to do. Give it love. See it healed. All right, my beautiful beings. The chakras are beautiful energy centers to work with. Absolutely beautiful. If when I'm doing them, any information comes up as I'm doing them, if the angels want me to share anything, I will. But for the most part, it's important for you to sit. Every time you sit with these beautiful chakra meditations, and you can do them many, many times. Whenever you feel there's something in that area, you get a sore throat and you start coughing, do the throat chakra. Pull up that meditation, listen to it. Ask your throat for the information. What is coming up? What are you trying to tell me today? anything that you have going on in your body, any aches and pains. You got pain in your hips, sit with your beautiful sacral chakra. Ask, what is going on here? What have I stored here? Talk to me. All right, my beautiful beings. I love you dearly. I love you so much. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And after the chakras, we do these 7 days, because I have had a few people ask me about chakras, and I did have the videos ready to go, but there have been so many questions. I had to go back and address the questions in the comments first, and then these videos will come through. So hopefully soon, and then we can get back to answering questions and more on spirit guides, because that seems to be the topic that people want more information on. All right, my darlings, bye for now.